Okay, welcome to the beginning part of the stream where I've already accidentally done the chat saying hello and welcome. So hello and welcome again. Let's see if my playback is working. It's not the most important thing in the world, but we'll see if it's doing anything. Should be. See if we get anyone in chat this time. Okay, fantastic. Right, so we'll just make a start then. Hi, I'm Chris, and this is my game Realm of the Empress. It's a single-player fantasy adventure board game where you explore a large open area, in this case Port Ovis, do quests, learn and upgrade a variety of skills, buy weapons and armour, and upgrade those to progress your character. There's also a main story that takes place in your dreams and should hopefully act as a hook to keep you wanting to play more and find out what happens. I'm doing this video series. In this video series, I'm doing a full playthrough of the whole game. Each video should be about an hour long, and the last playthrough I did was about 60 hours, so it should be quite a long series. I'm streaming Monday to Thursday at 7 PM UK time every week for the next few months, so please feel free to write something in comments on any of the videos, or if you catch a live stream, write something in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions or just receive some feedback. Really, that's kind of why I'm doing this. Yeah, so that's that. I'm not going to do a big recap. I recommend watching the earlier videos now, just because we're quite a few videos in. Don't want to take up too much time doing that. So I've got a few quests on the go at the moment. I've got my tray here, where you keep track of all the quests you're doing. They're just a deck of cards labelled A to Z, and they're of varying lengths, so they're numbered 1 to whatever. Also in here I've got where we left off last stream, so it's a good way of just saving our progress. So we've done 5 steps. This is our player marker. It's a 12-sided die, and this is the map card we're on. I'll just show you what the map card looks like. I've been doing this at all the streams, but I might as well keep doing it. They're mini cards. There are over 300 of them, and it says in the top left corner the number of the card you're on. In this case it's 271, and then there are numbers north, east, south and west, and you pick those cards if you want to go in that direction. This card also has a building on it. We're talking to a character at the moment called Orod, and there are 2 nodes next to it in the bushes, which are foraging nodes. So we could do some foraging if we wanted to. It's especially good for getting worms and crickets for fishing, which we've done before. So bushes are barriers in this game. You can't swim, and you can't just climb up and down big cliffs. So those are the only restrictions really on the movement. Movement in the woods takes twice as long, and movement at night is basically the same, but you roll a die, an 8-sided die, for any encounters, bandits or night stalkers, which are mysterious creatures that are out at night. So what we're trying to... I'll show you the player mat as well, might as well. Here's my homemade player mat. So in the top left we've got our equipment. We're doing a leather build for our character for this playthrough to begin with anyway. We've got boar hide leather, and we want to level it up. That's what we're going to try to do a bit of today, and we want to learn cooking because we've got a lot of raw meat here. We got a bronze short sword that we got from a quest, an oak shield that we bought, and we've got a satchel as well that you get at the beginning of the game. The satchel gives you this 35 spaces. All the items are 1/2-inch square chits, at least most, and then some of them are sort of slightly different shape, like this fishing rod, and the pickaxe and the axe are slightly different. We've got a lot of raw meat. We've got space for quest items and a dream deck. So this is where you keep your dreams. It's a bit different to the other decks in the game because I think it's the only one you have to go through in order, because it's a story, so you have to go through it in order really. It's supposed to be a little bit cryptic, and the idea is every time you sleep there's a chance to have a dream and progress the story a little bit, but it's not a guarantee. It's not every single time, just so you know, you don't go through it too quickly as well. We've done a quest where we have we are staying at the inn, which gives us access to the inventory, which is twice as big as the satchel, and you can stack some items up to 5 times. There's skiff storage, which we haven't done, and then there's weather. It's okay or raining. Animals won't come out in the woods if it's raining, which can be good or bad. We've also got Merwin's map at the top, not top, the bottom here. This is from a quest, one of the first quests. You don't have to do any of the quests, but this is a good one because it gives you the only map in the game. That's why there's a special little spot for it here. It's like a hand-drawn little map, so it's not 100% accurate, but it gives you an idea of where you need to go. So what we're doing at the moment is we want to learn cooking, so we want to cook the raw meat we've got and try to use that as food, which is you can only access items in your pouch. I forgot to say there's a pouch here, has 6 spots. We want to upgrade that eventually to have a few more spaces, but that's where you put things that you can access during combat. Main thing would be food really, but you can put poison in there. It takes up a turn, so you can't do any damage or block an attack maybe, but you can get your health back or whatever. So at the moment what we want to do is upgrade our armor, because a couple of streams ago we almost got killed by a bee swarm, which is like the lowest kind of creature you can fight. So we want to make sure we're leveling up a little bit, but we don't want to over level everything, because we want to buy bear armor later and probably eventually get wolf leather armor as well. So you don't want to upgrade. Well, it's a bit of the more you upgrade any item, the more you can sell it for. So you've got to kind of figure out if it's worth the extra effort in upgrading it and then selling it, if it's worth the gold. There are lots of ways to earn gold, as it's the main resource in the game. Right, so we're down here. We've got a quest from Orod, which I will show you. He's a guy here. He's going to become our companion for this quest, which is quite helpful. We had a companion before a few streams ago. A boy helped us kill. He almost got killed by some bandits picking some flowers. So hopefully Orod does better. So it says here, this quest 01. I can show you how to cook in a pot, so that's what we want. He's going to show us how to cook, and then we can do that. But we need a creature first. Come with me to the woods. We get it. So we gain him as a companion, take his wooden club full deck, and he has 80 life, which is loads. So this is basically a guaranteed win. We can distribute, we can choose who gets hit, so it's always going to be him in this one. So it says move anywhere in woodland and kill 1 boar or bear. We're probably going to go for a boar because a bear's got 40 health. So if you move more than 2 map cards away from the woodlands, Orod returns to his hut immediately. So that's a way of not just sort of keeping him as a really powerful companion and just going off and doing loads of stuff. So if you move away, he'll just leave you. And then it says at the bottom, if defeated, restart. Otherwise, return to his hut and take 0-2. 0-2 even. So if you die doing a quest, you just go back and restart from where you were before the last card you were on. So it's only a short quest. There are only 3 cards for it. So the idea is in between each card you can just have a pause and come back to it, or you can do it as any kind of time you want. Really, there are no time limits in the game. Other than if you have the inn. Like I said, we did a quest where we paid at the end of the week. So it's 50 gold. We've already paid that off. So if we want another week, we'll have to pay 50 at the beginning of next week. And we're on day 6 out of 7 in the week. I'll show you the tracker. So you also keep track of the time. Every time we go 12 steps and go back round again, it's 1/2 hour. We've got a morality system. We've got some skills that we can level up. And then we've got days of the week and the armour. So we're all level 1 leather at the moment. So we need to have 50 gold by the end of the next in-game day, but we want to level up ourselves just a little bit more as well. So you don't have to get the inn. You can sleep in the wild, and there's a whole system for that. You can guard and sleep and divide your sleeping hours into those 2 categories. Obviously, the more you guard, the less likely you are to be attacked, but you get a sleep bonus the more you sleep. So it depends, a bit of a trade-off what you want. So maybe we can do better that afterwards. Maybe we don't need to have that. I mean, we're not really using the inventory. It's mainly for the sleeping, because you can only dream in a bed or bedroll. But we could buy a bedroll, sleep out, and we could try it. I haven't tried that yet, so that'd be a good thing to do. Anyway, we're gonna pop this down here a little bit. I think down this corner, because we're gonna go north and east in the woods. So here are my map cards. Like I said, there were over 300 grouped into 50s. So we just pick the right bundle and we'll go and do that. We're looking for boar. We want to get Orod with us actually, don't we? So we have to get his club. So every weapon has a weapon deck to go with it. When you first get a weapon, you have to take the starter deck. But Orod, he just starts off with a whole set of, I think, 24. Double check that. But yeah, so he starts off with the whole deck. So it's basically you're not going to fail at killing a boar really with him next to you. So he's got the whole deck of cards. So every deck goes up to 24, and the idea is you start off with your 12. Like we've got our weapon deck here, which is our short sword and shield, and we've got 12 only in total because we're still on the starter set. We could choose to buy more attacks. Actually, we've got a bit more. We did buy an attack, I think. You can buy more attacks, or you can buy blocks if you've got a shield. So you build up your deck however you like, but then there are only a certain amount of cards for the 24, right? So once you get to 24, you got all the cards. You start with 4 misses, and they stay in your deck the whole way through. But the idea is, at the beginning they might come up more often, but then when you've got a whole set of 24, you're less likely to get some of those missed cards. Also, there'll be, in the future there'll be other games in the same world, but in different places, and you would be leveling up your skills, and then maybe you can take a miss card out, so you only have like 1 or 2 in there. But I think it's important to have a miss, just so you're not always guaranteed to do a hit. I think it adds a bit of strategy into the game, and most of the enemies will have misses, a couple at least in there. So it's sort of a good combination, I hope, between strategy and chance. Right, we've got Orod's club, we've got my weapon. We're going to go north. We want card 2, 6, 8. So in the woods, time it doubles, so we move the die 2 steps instead of 1 for every 1 step we do. 2, 6, 8. So we're going to move into the woods here, which means it's going to be 2 steps straight away. And then we'll roll an 8-sided die to see if we, or what we encounter, essentially. Where's my 8-sided die? There it is. We do have a skill bonus with the species that we picked at the beginning, and a combat bonus. Every species you pick at the beginning has a combat and a skill bonus. Our combat bonus, we'll get to that if we need it. Our skill bonus is having sneak before needing to do a quest or anything to unlock it first. So we can get an extra attack in if we sneak up on the board. They've got a sneak level of 4, so we roll a 6-sided die. It can be leveled up, so you add more to your roll. But at the moment we're just level 1, so we can maybe get an extra hit in. But I don't think we're going to need that with Orod on our side. He's got 80 health. I mean, he's going to take all the damage. So we're going to move into the woods. So it's 5, 6, 7. And we're now in the woods. We roll. What we want to do is get a 6 or 7. I'm pretty sure. Before we do that, I just remembered last stream I forgot to add on a bit of defense for my armor. I missed off 6 defense because the head, hands, and feet do 3 each, and for some reason I just did 1 on each one. So we've got 15 health instead of 9. So we're not quite as a dire situation, but we do have some pies which restore 10 health, but you can only restore up to your maximum. So that's your species life, which is different for each species. Ours is only 5, which is a bit low, and your defense from the armor you have added on top of that. So our defense is 18, so 18 plus 5, and then if you've got a sleep bonus you can add up to 10 on top of that as well. So it can increase, and yeah, I like the way it's done. It's all divided up, and there can be more complex ways of dividing damage into damage on your armor that you have to get repaired, but I haven't put that in the game at the moment. Anyway, so I've added the 6. We got Odd with us. He's our companion, so he's got 80 health. We might as well put him on. He'll just regain all his health back again at the end of it, so we can just put all the damage to him, really. Yeah, and we want, so 1 to 3 is nothing, 4 to 5 are rabbits, 6 and 7 is boar, and an 8 is a bear. We don't really want an 8. It's a 3, so that's nothing. So what we can do is combat in and out of the woods multiple times. And I haven't quite, not 100% sure on this, if we're using this as a node, so I've used that space now and we have to move to another one. At the moment I'm not doing that, so we don't have to actually go through a whole bunch of woods nodes. You don't have to go rummaging around, because I don't know if I want to make it that difficult really just to find a boar. So it's using up time management. So let's say we have to be in the woods, so at least we have to move 1 more space in the woods. Let's do that. But yeah, we can just go back and forth essentially. So 2, 6, 7. We're still in the woods. So what we can do is just go east, west, west, east, and until we get a boar, really. Because again, like I said, it will count down the time. So we are spending a resource essentially. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's better or if we put like a use node icon on these for hunting animals as well, really. But that means you can go a whole day without actually getting anything if your luck is really low, and I think that's a bit annoying, really, rather than anything else. 3, so that's nothing. So 9, 10, 11. 4 is rabbits. We also don't want too many rabbits because we want to cook our raw meat is what we really want. We get another raw meat. Okay, here we go. Might end up using up all the chits even. Might have to use some substitute chits if we get too much raw meat. Alright, get raw meat. We were lucky. Let's put that randomly back. Right, and then we move. So 12, 1. Right, that's 1.5 hour done. So we are using up our time doing this anyway. So I'm quite happy with that just being the main thing you're using up. It's a single player game. You're not playing against anyone all the time limit really. But like I said, if you do want the in, then it is taking a bit of time up and you're losing a day maybe doing this anyway. It depends how your rolls are. It just means you don't have to go rolling around the whole map. Still the same pretty much. 4, that's another rabbit. Come on, we want a 6 or 7. Evasion, that's fine. I mean, I guess we don't have to pick up the raw meat anyway, but let's move. So that's 3, 6 or 7. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Come on. 8. That's a bear. Whoa. Okay. So we could. Christ. We could try a bear. I don't. Even with Aura, that's going to be. How much damage does he do? You do have crit hit. Well, he can do 16 in 1 hit. Oh, I don't know. With a short sword, you can combine 2 hits or hit and a defense together once per round of combat. With a club, I'm pretty sure you can't combine anything together with them because they already hit you, except for the critical hit. So the critical hit gives times your hit by 2. I think his biggest hit is a smash, which does 8. So he can do 16 in 1. So he just needs to get a couple of those. I don't know how. Do we want to flee the bear? Alright, we're going to roll our sneak. Maybe we try a bear. No, we want the boar hide. We want the boar hide. We don't want the bear. We're going to run away from the bear. We're going to try to sneak past it first. 5 or 6 and we sneak away and we flee without any engaging in combat. 5 or 6. It's a 5. Okay, that's good. Okay, yeah, we're not going to risk anything. We're going to move here. It's 5, 6, 7. Where's 7? There it is. Right, come on, we want 6 or 7. 6 or 7. 8 again. Unbelievable. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. 5 or 6. It's a 6. No way. Okay, 7, 8, 9, The 4, that's a rabbit. So I think, I don't know, this might seem stupid, but I think it could be quite fun. We get raw meat. If you keep a little log or like a journal of your playthrough, I think it could be quite fun to say something like, you know, you went into the woods with Orod and all we found were loads of rabbits. I think it's something you can look back on and it'd be quite funny. It changes the story. 9, 10, 11. So at the moment we're just searching through the woods, trying to find a boar. It's a 4. No way, it's another rabbit. Oh my god. All I want to do is learn how to cook. And we got another raw meat. I don't believe it. We don't have to pick it up. It's good. It's good to get a bunch of these. Put it there. We got 15 raw meat. It's gonna be good for when we cook anyway. 12:01. We are back around again. It's a half hour. Five. It is still a rabbit, isn't it? Still a blooming rabbit. Where's me? Woodland. Yeah, 4 and a 5 is a rabbit. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to take the raw meat. Really. We did it again. We caught the rabbit again. We are doing well with rabbits, me and Orod. Come on. We really want to get some boar. 2, 3. 3. 6 or 7. 7! Yes! Now we're talking. Right. We want a 4, 5 or 6 to get an extra hit in. It's a 6. Yes! Now we're getting there. Right. Okay, good. Good. We're fighting the boar. Got it here ready to go. So, a quick overview of the enemies that you fight. All have an information card like this with a nice picture, and it says what they are. They can either be an animal, a creature, or a monster. The boar has 25 health, a sneak of 4, which we got a 6 on our roll, so we get an extra hit if we want to at the beginning. At the end of each round, if it loses 10 health in the first round, it will do a charge, and if it's still alive at the end of the second round, it'll charge as well, and that's 6 damage. So, and we get 2 raw meat or 1 boar hide after killing it. On the back it says it has 2 rectangles which are card icons, so this says that we reshuffle all the cards after 2 rounds, so that goes 2, 3 and 4 for each encounter you have. So we'll put the boar there. It's got its own deck of attacks with some misses in there as well. So an initiative is a special kind of attack that can only be countered by another initiative, and if you get it at the beginning as the first card, then or if I turn my one into an initiative card, which is my species special combat skill bonus. Special combat, not skill bonus. Skill bonus was the sneaking. You can get an extra hit in before combat. So if we wanted to, we could change one of our hits into an initiative and do the sneak attack. So we could have 2 attacks before combat started. But it kind of depends on what we get with our hand. And we've got Orod as well with us. I don't think it's going to be problematic, but it'd be great to get it killed within 2 rounds. And I've got 15 health. Right, anyway, we're gonna put all the attacks onto Orod. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna do this yet. I was at the moment when an enemy is attacking you and you've got a companion, then I've got it. You can just say who they're attacking, depending on how much health you got left. I think that's the easiest way of doing it rather than doing anything else. Right, when you start a round, you have to have 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4 in your hand. So we'll see what hand we get. We start straight off with a miss. Fantastic. So we got these cards. We've got a block, a stab, and a... Oh, okay, this is good. So like I said, once per round, I can combine 2 cards together if I want to. But you only ever pick 1 back up again. So it's you want to save it for some good hits, but that's a pretty good one. a slash and a stab. I've got a swing which does 3, which would be better, but that does 6 damage in one hit. So, but what I also can do, yeah, I don't think we want to, we did do the sneak, so we can get a hit in before combat starts, but then that will use up a fair bit of what I've got. So I'm wondering, because what I could do is put 2 hits down. Can you combine, I haven't thought about this, can you combine a card for the sneak attack? I mean, I don't see why not. So I could combine those 2 for the sneak attack and then pick 2 up again, right? Because you always start with 4 in your hand, but now I've got fewer cards for one thing in my deck, but I've got 2 blocks and 2 misses, which is not helpful. Anyway, we've done that. Turn 1 hasn't even started yet. We're gonna have to move this out of the way. Right, let's see what Aurod's got for his hand. 4 cards. Oh, we should be doing you first anyway. Right, if that was an initiative, they would be doing that after the sneak attack anyway. We can't do, we can turn 1 of our cards into an initiative, but there's no point doing a block really, so we'll just keep that. If we had another hit, we could have done that, but we're not. Right, what's Orod got? Oh, he's got 2 swings. He's got 2 swings, which hit for 6, and then a crit, so he can do 12 damage. We can't combine any of his cards. Oh, I've got to put something down for my for my turn as well. Right, I'm going to drop a miss. I'm going to say that attack of 4 is going to Orod. So he's going to take that 4 damage, but he's going to do 12 back. But he still will only pick up 1, which is a miss. That's not good. And did I pick up 1? No. So I had to pick up 1 as well. So this is turn 1. There were 3 turns in every round. I've got a crit, which would be useful if I had any hits left. And Orod put 2 down. He's got a swing still, so that's something. Right, now it's the boar's turn. It's doing a miss. That's good. So I'm going to drop one of my misses. You have to place a card down, or eat some food, or do some poison or something. You have to put some. You have to do something every turn, basically. So I put my miss. So I drop that and I pick up, which is another miss, of course. Of course. Right. Now Orod. He can only. We're going to do well. Wow. Do I use one of his misses up? And keep the swing and wait for a crit to come up. How many is that? 12. Plus 6 is 18. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4. Okay, we only need to do a little bit more damage. It's another swing. That's good. That's good. Oh, it's another miss. That's bad for you. I've got to put something down. I mean, I might as well just drop my miss as well. Look at that, all misses. Not good. I'll pick up. It's a parry, so that's good for me next time. But I don't think we're going to need to, because he's going to do another 6. That's 24 just with him. So we kill the boar quite easily. Like I said, Orod's got the whole weapon deck. Maybe he should only have a starting weapon deck. But it's supposed to be easy, and you can get him as a long-term companion, but you have to do some quite difficult things before he'll do that for you. So it's supposed to be sort of later on in the game that he can actually help you with this. Otherwise, it would be ridiculous. Like, he was way too easy if he has his whole deck. Right. Anyway, that is that done. So I guess he's still with us until we leave the woods. So we might as well keep his deck. So we killed it very easily. So we don't have to worry about all the end of round extra attacks it might have done to us. I blocked that 4. Oh wait, no, Orod would have taken that. I didn't. Yeah, Orod would have taken the 4 damage. So he would have taken the 4 damage. Anyway, we're going to leave the woods. So we will leave the woods. So we go back. We put that back up here. So we're leaving the woods. And we're going back 3, 4, 5. Right, So we've got two raw meat, and a boar hide. So we definitely want the boar hide because that's how we're going to level up our boar armor. We've got a lot of raw meat now. Yes, right. Loads. We've only got 2 little chips left. Okay, that's fine. Boar hide as well. I'll try to find that. It's not going to be at the top, is it? So we're going to have to search for that. Got a lot of animal loot here. Let's try to find. No. Right, boar hide. Bear hide? No. Not yet, anyway. Wolf hide? No. Boar hide. Okay, that's good. We want. So you only need 1 hide to level up each bit of armor, but obviously you've got 5 bits of armor that you can level up 5 times. 5 5s are 25, so you still need to kill 25 boar to completely level up everything, which I think is quite enough work to put in for that, really. I don't think it needs to be more difficult. Right, we come back, talking to Orod. I'll show you. Let's put the bear and boar back. Rabbits as well. And then we'll think about what we're going to do next. So, normally when you land on a map card with a building on it, you go to the building's deck and you find the corresponding card number, and then you flip it over. That's the bad example. That's another bad example. Let's just do the first one. You flip it over, and then you get an interior which tells you who is in. The reason it's gridded is so you can do some sneaking and some stealing if you want to, but you will lose morality for every attempt, and the only way of getting morality back is by completing quests, which are finite. If you run out of them, then you'll forever have low morality, which you suffer consequences for. And then we've got our character deck here. So once you found out who's in the building, here we have Orod. I'll show you what he looks like, and we'll put his quest 2 up as well. So we'll read off that. So here's Orod. So all the character cards are the same. They got their name, they got the quests that they're part of, their intimidation and sneak level, and it says with Orod that he can become a companion, and then he doesn't have any gold on him, but some characters do have gold. And then the coloured in boxes on the right are for the persuasion skill, which you get cards and match the boxes to get a half price on certain items. So that also indicates that someone's got a shop. He kind of has a shop. He just sells some berries, which we don't really need, but it's there anyway. And he does give us our cooking skill. It's 25 gold for every level. So we do want a bit of gold, really. So he says, we come back. Now we have a good creature to cook. I show you my tricks. You watch as the large man easily skins and guts the animal. He then takes a stone knife and, with actions more deft than his appearance might suggest, carefully strips the carcass of meat. He adds some salt to the meat, then puts it in the pot to sizzle. He then chops up some vegetables and adds those too, then picks up a massive wooden spoon to stir it all with, sipping from it occasionally and adding some what seemed like spices. You notice that the spoon has markings scribed down its length, or perhaps pictures, maybe diagrams. It's difficult to see with all the sipping and stirring. Take 03. Right, so he is cooking us up a lovely meal. That's just a bit of description there in that one, so we continue on. 03. He finishes and offers you a hefty bowl of stew. You like, I hope. You use my pot whenever you like now. We can share, and I teach more for you if you bring more tasty creatures. Bring wolf skin for nice rug for me and I help you. I can help fight if you want strong ox to help. So it says there in brackets, your life is restored to maximum, not including sleep bonus. That's from having the meal. Reward access to skill cooking. And then at the bottom, Orod may now become a companion if you get 3 wolf hide. Thinking of changing that maybe to 5, so you at least have to fight a wolf pack a couple of times. Can't remember how many hide you get from a wolf pack, but I think that needs to be quite hard. Like I said, Orod is can hit hard and do a lot of damage, so we don't want it to be too easy. Right, first things first, our life is restored to our maximum. Orod is no longer our companion, so he can just go away. Our max health is 18 plus 5, which is 23. So that stew that he made brings us up to our max, which is nice, not including the sleep bonus, but that's fine. We have got 22 gold. Oh, can we got anything to sell? No. If we had something to, well, not really. So it's got to double check how much it costs. Eli is our man for upgrading. Here we go. So the upgrading is 1 hide plus 10 gold for each level. So we got enough gold to upgrade 2 things, 2 items. So that's that quest done. We've got access to cooking now. Right, so that means we need a cooking pot to cook. Makes sense, and a fire. So if you're out in the wild, you can buy a cooking pot from the shop, but you need to make a fire first. Then and their fire only lasts, I think, well, only lasts as long as until you move off the map. Once you move off the map, the fire is gone off, so you can't just move around and come back and it still be existing. Anyway, what we want to do is cook up. Well, we're only level 1, and there's we're only level 1 for cooking, so it means we can't cook. So we roll a 20-sided die for cooking on each piece of meat. Level 1, a 1 to 6 is charred meat, which gives us an extra 2 health and sells for 5 gold. Ooh, that's quite a lot. Burnt meat for 7 to 13. Burnt meat sells for 2 gold, which is still better than raw meat. And then ruined meat 14 to 20, which can't be eaten or sold, is basically binned if you do that. So there's a bit of a risk involved. Not much. You only lose like 1 gold per each bit of meat. So the question is, we want some money. We want some money so we can level up, maybe just to level 2. Then we've got a chance of getting fine meat, which sells 8 gold. So I'm trying to think how we can. We just need 2. No, what are we? 22. We need 3 gold. We're really far away from anyone here. We're closest to fishing. We can do fishing. Do we have worms? Yes. We've only got 1 worm, so we could do some foraging and hope for some crickets. That's what we're gonna do. We want to level up before we do cooking, and we could probably. We probably can't buy a cooking pot. It's probably quite expensive. We can have a look at how much a cooking pot is. So we just find the right character. Erith is our store. Cooking pot is 50 gold, so we have to come. Can you see that? I don't know. It's 50 gold for a cooking pot, so it's quite the investment. But you only need 1, and that's it for the rest of the game. So it kind of needs to be kind of expensive. Okay, I don't know if we want to cook raw meat at just level 1. I suppose the only problem is if we get the burnt meat, and it's what is the percentage chance of that happening? 3%. 3%, I think. Not super high. Okay. What we're doing? We're going to do some foraging. If we get lucky with crickets, maybe we will do some fishing first and then come back. So foraging is just a foraging deck, and you take 2 cards for each node. So 2 nodes here. I think there's another node to the west, so we can maybe have 3 goes at foraging. We don't want to encounter a bee swarm. Really. I don't know, maybe we can take it on now. Let's try. Foraging, 1, 2. The bees warm. And worms is okay. Well, worms is not okay. We wanted crickets. We got worms. And the bee swarm. Where are my worms? There. The worms. I knew we'd get a bee swarm. Right. Bee swarm. Okay. Right. We do not have Aura with us anymore. His weapon goes back. We are. That's that node done, so I put my used node chip on that. We get our worms, and we are going to encounter the bee swarm. Really didn't want that to happen. Right, worms. Bees. Right, bee swarm. How much health have we got? Do we? What do they give us? Honeycomb and stingers. How much does honeycomb sell for? I've got a list of all the things you can sell in the manual. Honeycomb, let's see if it's worth fighting for. I don't think it is. Honeycomb is 5 gold. Oh, we get 10 gold. That means we can level up our cooking skill. Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Right. Put that up there. They've got 25 health. Let's give them 25. We've got 23, but we've got some potions. Well, we've got some food even, not potions. Okay, here we go. I don't want to get killed by bees again. Right, here we go. Here's what it looks like. Same as the boar. Name at the top. It's a creature, 25 health. Sneak of 7, so we can't sneak past these guys. It says end of turn, but it should say end of round. So we don't want to do 10 points of damage to it at the end of turn 1, because then it will swarm. And if it's alive at the end of turn 2, it's going to swarm. But we can get 2 honeycomb, and then we can sell. Can we sell honeycomb? We'd have to sell the honeycomb to Ghetto. Well, that's the thing. We can't just sell the honeycomb to Orod, because you're supposed to sell the things to the people it makes sense to sell it to. So wood at the wood shop, or to the blacksmith. But I guess the honeycomb. Yeah, we'd have to go up to the beekeeper to sell the honeycomb. So it's probably better just to fish. I'm just gonna. Okay, because we'd have to go all the way up there. Better just to fish, be easier. Right, can't sneak. Let's just see what they do. Oh, they do an initiative, but that's okay, because once per combat I can change anything that I've got into an initiative. Otherwise we'd have to take that 5 damage and then leave. But if I get my shield, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I get a shield, then I can turn that into an initiative. I took 3 misses, but I do get a parry at least, so I turn that into initiative to stop 2 damage. So I get 3 damage from that, and then I flee. 3 damage. So I'm down to 20 health. Down to 20 health. Right, we've run away. Run away. We've run away. Okay. Run away from the bees. They have a habit of killing us. Right, we're going to do foraging again. And hope we don't get... So we want crickets. We want crickets. Not another bee swarm. Crickets! Yes! Yes! That's a lot better than the worms. I'm tempted to change that a little bit, because worms are a little bit pointless at the moment. But I'll have to have a little look at that and think about it. Crickets and berries. Berries, not super helpful, but it's fine. If you get 5, you can turn them into berry pie. and that gives you quite a lot of health back, so it's fine. Crickets and berries. Okay, so how are we doing on time? 15 minutes, plenty of time. We can do a bit of fishing, level up our cooking, hopefully, and show you how the cooking works. Would be good. Foraging, yeah, berries. We've only got 4 spaces now in our satchel left. Okay, oh, got to be careful moving this now. Alright, we're going to use the crickets, but anyway, but let's see if I can show you. Oh, we're using up a lot of our satchel. Let's see if I can show you. So you can see there in the middle, we have only got, so the fishing rod is taking up this space. You can't put another one here because there's not enough space for it. You've got 4 spaces for things. You can drop stuff on the floor, but you have to roll to see if anyone's stolen any of your stuff that you've dropped. But yeah. Anyway, that was quite good for us. Where's the foraging gone? There it is. Yeah. Okay, so we've got our crickets. We're going to do some fishing. Just move that. Right, we're going to go north. So we go into the woods, which means we're rolling our 8-sided die again. 5, 6, 7, and we want to. Do you think we could take on another boar? 20 health. I think we could. Maybe if we get another boar, it might be worth. It. 3 is nothing. 2, 2, 6. Yeah, I think we will encounter a boar if we can. If we do. Right, 2, 2, 6. 2, 2, 6. We're not going to do any logging. That one's got a logging node on it. So let's put that down. Put that back. 7, 8, 9. We roll. It's a 4. That's a rabbit. Do I want another raw meat? There are 2 left in the packet. We got 4 spots. Might as well. Evasion. No. Okay. We're going to move 2, 2, 3. Okay. 9, 10, 11. 7. That is a boar. Ooh. Okay. Let's see what our sneak roll is like. What's it? 4, 5, or 6, isn't it? 3. We don't get the sneak. Okay. We don't get the sneak. Let's get the boar. I'm quite tempted to try. We really want to level up our armour a little bit. We've only got 2 boar hides to level up. It would be great. Let's try it. We're going to try it. So I'm not going to show it again because we would have shown it before. Let's put it there. We'll give them a shuffle. We don't get our extra hit, but we could turn our first attack into an initiative if we want to, because we should always start a round with our 4. So we'll go back up to 4, but it means that you run out of cards earlier. So it's 2. So you always have to put down a card. So 6 cards I've got. That's okay. I should be able to do that. I did level up, I think 1 or 2. 2, I think. So I think I have 14 cards. So 3 turns in each round times 2 is 6. So we should have plenty. So I might do it if we get something good. Oh, they're doing initiative. Okay. Well, I want to get a block. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. They've got 25 health. Okay, do we get a block? I've got 2 parries. We can only do 1 of those. Okay, hold on. I suppose because I can combine, it makes sense I can combine and turn that combination, that combined attack into an initiative. That seems to make sense to me. Right, so that means we block 4 and do 4 damage. So, and then I pick 1 back up, which is a miss. Can you believe that? I got 3 misses. That happens more often than I'd like to admit. Right, so I'm gonna do it as we go. So I've taken 2 damage. So I'm down to 18. And I've done 4. So they're down to 21. Okay. So that's before, oh hold on there, that's before. So that's not turn 1, this is turn 1 now with the miss. So that means I should have picked up another one, which is luckily a block. I'm going to drop the miss. Yeah, this is turn 1 now. 2 misses, that's good. Okay, another miss. Right, did I put the miss down? Did I pick up? No. Critical hit. Okay, that's no good. This is not good. Come on, I want to do some more damage. It's a bite. Did I pick up? No. Stab times 2. I can do 4. How much damage did I do to it? 4 plus 4 is 8. So it's not 10. So it's not going to do the charge. But do I want to use my crit? Yeah, there's another crit in there. Right, I think that's worth doing. So I've already done it. Stat. We're going to take 4. Oh, we're going to take 4, aren't we? Oh god. Right, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 brings us down to 14. And we've done another 4 to it. That brings it down to 18. Okay. 14 against 18 is not ideal. Right, so that's the end of round 1. We don't reshuffle. We just put those at the end. Just move these a little bit here so you can see that. So all of them go back. So it's used 1 of its initiatives. I can't remember how many initiatives it's got. It goes first. It's not an initiative. I start back with 4. Okay, I've got a crit, which I might hold on to a little bit. I've got block. I might just put the block down. It's a new round, so I can combine 1 set of cards again. I'm just going to put the block down. Pick up. Yes, I was hoping for that. I got a swing, but it's not the best. So I blocked all of that damage. I can do 6 to it with that. Then I'm taking 4. How much health have I got? Okay, I'm alright. 6, I think that's worth doing. Oh, it's still going to be alive, isn't it? So it's going to do damage to me. 4. Right, because we reshuffle at the end of this one, I'm going to put that down. There's no point. Right, so I'm taking 8 from my 14. So that's, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6. 8 plus 6, yeah. So, okay. I've done 6, 7, 8. So it's down to 10. If it does a charge, it would kind of kill me, but I have in the rules that if you can use something in your pouch, you can just do that. So it's not like an automatic kill. So if in the turn 1 of the next round, I didn't do 10. Oh, it's alive, isn't it? So it's gonna do the charge anyway. It's doing the charge at the end of the round. I think I've got it so I can still use. So basically I'm down to 0, but I'm going to use my pie. So the question is, are you allowed to use, there's nothing else I could have done there anyway, because I used up all my blocks anyway. So the question is, am I allowed to use my pouch items at the end of the round? I'm allowed to use them during combat. I don't think I've got a real answer for that. I can just say yes. I think I've got it. in the rules that we can just use it. So it says, what does it say? Initiatives. We could flee, I suppose. Don't know if you can flee. It'd have to be a turn to flee. This is like an extra little thing that we're getting. Okay, so you may use any amounts of items in a turn, but only from your pouch. You cannot heal over your maximum. Where did I have it? I had it written somewhere that you can, if you defeat an enemy pouch, you may access. If you lose all your life and defense, you can still access your pouch if it keeps you alive, is what I've written down here. So yeah, let's just say that we can do it because we're still in combat. It still makes sense. So but I'm not using up a turn. I guess I'm using up my first turn to do it. It's a bit tricky because this attack comes out of the turns. It's like an extra thing at the end. So it's going to have to use up. I'm tempted to say it's just going to kill me. I think that's just going to have to do it. I think that kills me because I've got 6 health. It brings me down to 0. And what I'm saying with the items, it uses up a turn to do that. And this takes place out of your turn. So it's like an extra thing. So we haven't started the next turn yet. I'm going to say it kills me. I think that kills me. I'm going to have to make sure I note that in the rules. Right, well that's the first death. That is the first death. The other time with the bee swarm, we used up a turn to avoid that by using the pouch. Right, so we died. Right, so we don't die in this game. You respawn again, but I just have to double check what happens. So if you fall during combat, lose all your life and defense during a day, you do not die. You can still access your pouch after losing, or if it helps you survive. Maybe I could use. Maybe I should use it. It says, what does it say? You can still access your pouch after losing if it helps you survive. All right, let's just do that. Then. Let's do that. It does say it in the rules. We've already reshuffled the board, so it doesn't matter. Gonna have to look at that a little bit closer. It doesn't make a whole bunch of sense with these extra little hits going in, because it's like I'm not using up a turn to do that. I think it has to kill me. I think in this scenario specifically, if you get killed with that hit outside of the turns, you get killed. So I'm gonna have to change that a little bit so people know. Right, you start a new day from the inn. Map card 107. You must pay 10 gold or the equivalent in items up to 10 gold to Merwin, and roll 1 6-sided die that lasts 1 day. A 1 to 3 nothing happens. A 4 you break your arm. You can only equip one thing at once and must drop half of your carried items where combat took place. Oh my god, half of it. We've got so much stuff. Okay, if you break a leg, a 5. Oh, 6 you fractured your skull. Oh my god, okay. Okay, right, first things first. Right, here, where were we? We were there, so just in case we need to drop everything. Let's put all these. Well, then we're going to have to roll our 6-sided die, aren't we, to see what happens. So we lose 10 gold, first of all, to Merwin. So we're using our Chinese fortune coins that we've got here. And our little coin purse, which only had 22 gold in it to begin with anyway. Now we're going to lose 10. So I do feel like there has to be a price for dying, really. 10 gold's not loads. 9, 10. What I should have done was flee by realising that extra thing was going to happen. I which I did kind of realise, but I didn't quite twig that's what I had to do. Right, so that's that. We're going to start on the map card. We're rolling 1 to 3. It's a 4. That's a bad one. You may only equip one thing at once and must drop half of your carried items where combat took place. Okay. So if we come back, where was the inventory? So it says roll 1d6 if we come back to them. So I'm thinking, yeah, that's if you drop. Where was that? Oh, here. You drop items. Yeah, if you return to your dropped items the same day, roll 1d6 to recover them. Ah, this has been bad. Okay. Right, so let's put these cards away. 226, 227. Oh, I want that 223. So we need to keep that there, don't we? Right, that's fine. Keep it there. Keep it out. We'll put away the other map cards. 267, 268, and 271. Okay. So, yeah. So we drop. You can only equip one thing at once. That means we can't equip our oak shield anymore. Let's put that over there. Let's have a little look. So this is. We have to keep this out, and we're going to put literally put half of our items on here, and we have to get there before the end of the day, which should be fine, and see what we can get back. So the most important things we don't drop. So how many items do we have? So it doesn't include the oak shield to begin with, because that's equipped at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, let's do this. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 things. So 14 things I have to drop. It might as well be the berry. 14 things we've got to drop. Right, so berries and mushrooms we don't need. Worms, we can get rid of both of those. So we want to keep the boar hide and the crickets, definitely. We want to keep the fishing rod and the pickaxe and axe, obviously. So now we just got to get rid of all these 10 raw meat, basically. This is unfortunate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, well, that's gone. We should have paid more attention. 4, 5. Anyway, there's got to be something that happens. Right, so we've got 10 raw meat plus 4 extra bits. So we're going to stack it. I wonder if we can. If we stack it all up on top of each other, it looks like it. Put it on that card. Put it over there. Those are all of our items. No. Ah, so much for complaining about having too much raw meat. Now, anyway, we should have cooked it. Should have cooked it. We went on and risked it. We went and risked it. Went and risked it. And we can't equip our shield for the day. So we take the shield off. Luckily, it's the same size as the fishing rods. So they can go both together there. Anyway, but now we've only got a short sword. We've lost 10 gold. Right, we want to go back and get our stuff. Do we get our full sleep bonus? I'm assuming we get our full. Let's write that down. Do we get a sleep bonus? Don't know. Should you get a sleep bonus if you fall in combat? Feels. Is it too unfair not to have a sleep bonus? Oh, we're out of time. This is, oh dear. What an interesting. Well, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Right, 107 is the inn. That's where we are. So we're going to start the next stream tomorrow. That's good actually. I have a little think. So we start the next day. So we're on 12. We've lost a day. We've lost a whole day. I just realised we're now on the last day of the week. If we don't have 50 gold by the end of this day, which we've got 12 gold because we had to pay 10. Okay. I'm going to say you don't get sleep bonus. I don't think you deserve it if you just died, right? I mean, we've still got 23 health when we wake up the next day. Then also, do we roll for dreams? No, you don't dream. Don't dream. You'd be knocked unconscious, I think, right? You're not going to have a sleep bonus. You're not going to feel good, are you? You're not going to feel good, and you're not going to dream. We roll for weather, though. So let's just make a note of that quickly. So no sleep bonus. No sleep bonus and no dream. So we just roll for the weather. Okay, so now our goal has shifted to we could do some wild sleeping. Maybe we do wild sleeping. Right, we're on 12. Next day, so we'll just reset our hours. We're just at the beginning of that day, so that's actually, yeah, you lose a whole day. It's quite, not that bad. Right, we will put, we did that one quest, so we'll just make a bit of space. We're at the inn, new day, last day of the week, 7th day of the week. We kind of want to make, I don't know, maybe I'll show off how wild sleeping works. Right, 5 or 6 it's raining. So 2, it's not raining, that's good for us. All of our gear's there. So it said at the end of the day. It's not the same day. It has to be, yeah, if you fall during combat, start a new day. Yeah, hold on. Maybe we could have used the pouch, but I feel like it's good just to, we should have known better. We should have known better for this. Anyway, that's the end of today's stream, right? Yeah, okay. So, that's exciting. We died. We got to go back and get our stuff, if we can. I have to double check how that was going to work, how long the stuff. Normally it's one night, but if you die and you come back the next night anyway, you miss a night, whatever happens, so it has to stay there for like one day. I think left item stays for one whole day, but you still have to roll to see what you get back. Right, so that's what we're doing tomorrow, and then I don't know, maybe we lose our inventory space and then we'll do some wild camping. We have to buy a bedroll. So it's going to be fun tomorrow. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.